Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell. This is DexTrader.com. This is March 29th, 2018, and this is your daily update. All right, so let's get a couple of things clear. This month went by fast, and I'm going to apologize now if I come off to sound a little crass. It has been a very tough couple of weeks. As most of you know, my personal issues that I've had over the last couple of weeks with deaths in the family and being ill, finally getting to that end of being ill, just bronchitis to head cold to just constant coughing stuff, makes it very difficult to do videos. Yesterday, my voice is just starting to come back now. Kind of coughed my voice off, right? So it was very difficult to try to talk and do anything. I gave a verbal email out to my associate, who I guess you could call them my VR, my virtual assistant, and they put out an email on my behalf, and it was very short, very crass. In a way, like there's no webinar or there's no video today or something to that effect. So please don't take that to, my email yesterday was not written directly by me. It was verbalized and then put into that writing style there. So I do apologize. All right, so let's talk about a few things here today. One is the idea of any one system doesn't work for everything. And as traders, we tend to put into these little boxes. You always see me writing in boxes our concepts or ideas or transparency thoughts or omissions or what have you. But no matter what it is, every single strategy has a system, whether it's the signals, there's indicators, it's whatever it is. If there's no one way to do it all. You just can't fit one blanket over every single pair, or every single asset, or every single trading time. There's so many multiple variables in every single thing that we do. We could sit for days and days and days. If we just left one thing running, what would it look like? If we just left one thing running, let's just say for the last 3 years, what would it look like? And one thing that has been running for more than the last 3 years have been the basic signals. The basic signals, which are performed for Nadex for the dailies, right? We call them the dailies, have been running for more than 3 years. That's right. It's pretty crazy, right? And the success rates that we have with them are hidden. Yeah, this isn't the success rates. Yes, this is what's over the last 100 for each pair. But the success rate is much, much more over a long period of time. For just about the same amount of time, the intradays have been running, and the SR Max has been running for about 2 years. Now, there's a particular type of way to trade each one of these, and you just can't look at the win-loss ratio and say, oh, look how great these guys are. I could show you people that trade the dailies and do very, very, very well. And I could show you people that trade the dailies and don't do very well, because they don't do the same exact thing on how they trade the dailies. So the concept here is that even if I were to make a system that worked perfectly all the way across the board on every single thing, the other variable here is you. You're going to trade these differently. You're going to work them differently. Learning how to trade on Nadex through the Nadex platform is a little bit difficult for those that just want some instant result, right? This isn't like going into the casino and throwing $50 down on black and you got an instant result 30 seconds later when they spin the wheel and the ball stops on black or red. You don't get that result. Because if you're sitting down doing that at the casino and that excites you, you probably have better success doing that than playing Nadex. If you are a gambler's mind can say, hey, I just traded 3 times red and I lost 3 times, so let me play black now. Or I'll keep staying with everybody's got their strategy. It takes a lot of effort and manipulation of your own psyche to be able to sit down and trade. And how do you do that in a short period of time? Well, you use the 5-minute signals, of course, and you learn how to trade, and then you start to really focus on what's the long-term value of trading on Nadex. So what does that progression look like? It's very simple. You start out in 5-minute trading, right? If you're the type of person that just likes to have signals given to you, then you graduate over to the basic signals. You find some sort of man-handling, person-handling process in there, and you just deal with it. And it's step after step after step after step, and just step and repeat, step and repeat, step and repeat. And that's your daily goal. That system requires you to have consistency to get to your volume so you can have your goal. If you're not following this process, you're either in the market of learning or in the market of failure. If you're not following what I have taught in that process, you are either in the market of learning. If you have not applied CVG, got to consistency. And how do you get to consistency? You got to be patient and disciplined. That's what happens. That's what equals C. The entire algorithm kind of looks like this. P plus D equals C plus V equals G. Right? This part of the equation is the most important part. Patience, waiting for the right thing to do the right thing, and discipline, doing the right thing once it happens. And what is the right thing? Well, that's the part of the equation that really depends on you. This solution of DexTrader is so many things to so many people. But it's time now. It's time now to really start to focus. If you're here to be a trader, if you're here to be something more, if you want to make that money, you're not going to make it just sitting there going, well, what do I do now, Max? I've done my 5 trades. What do I do now? You have to follow the training. You have to follow the course. You have to stay the course. All right. I got to jump over to the part of the video where I talk about some of our other things here. As everybody knows, we've taken Dex copy, we've taken Dex indicators and put them into the DexTrader system. So in this next little episode of this update, we're going to talk some pretty heavy stuff. If you're a Nadex trader, turn off the video now. Don't get distracted. If you're a Forex trader, you can watch, and if you're not sure what DexFX copy is, you're about to find out. You may like it, you may not like it. What I have to say today is going to be pretty harsh for some people, even for myself. Okay, so if you want to watch somebody beat the crap out of themselves, you just wait, as you're going to see in a second. All right, so for March 29, 2018, this is your DexFX copy update. Hey everybody, okay, so listen, as I was stating prior to, if you were watching prior to, this is the part of the samurai movie where the guy commits harikari almost, right? That's what it feels like. I can tell you right now that being a trader is difficult enough. Being a manager is the most extreme job I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think that there is well, I know there's not a bad bone in my body when it comes to people. I really do love people. I love dealing with people and helping them and being there for people as much as I possibly can. I'm the only company in the industry that I've found so far that has a phone number on the website that you could call. What does this have to do with you guys right now? Well, listen, I really do try to help people. And you have to understand, this is about profit margins. This part of the business, this DexFX copy side, is about money. I get it. I'm right there with you. And I don't take it lightly. I don't take it lightly if we have losing days. I don't take it lightly. Now, one thing that has happened that I can claim personal responsibility for is I got a little overwhelmed with the constant talk of, because we have quite a few people that are in DexFX Copy at the moment, and the calls and the conversations that I've been having with people was, oh, I really need to make money, and I put it on live, and now I've lost my money, or I've lost some money, not lost all the money, but I think the most that anybody's lost here has been $50. Okay, if we look at the Max Prime, and I'm going to show you this to you. Now remember, I'm not here to be an asshole. Okay, I'm not here to be an asshole. But if you got in from the very beginning, even if you got in from the very beginning, if you lost $50 from this process, if you followed what I said, if you didn't, if you had a marker in there, or 2 or 3 or 4, or a multiplier 4 or 5, and you started from the beginning, you lost $48. But now I'm going to show you something else. And I'm showing you this because there is a part of transparency that's pretty tough for me, okay? This past week has been tough. Some people lost $15. Some people lost 13. Some people lost 12. I could show you things in here that how much people have lost altogether. As a whole, from the process, this Prime account's connected to mine, I lost $12.59 this week. My multiplier is only set to 1. Now, if we look at the Max Prime, positive, positive, negative, okay, why did we get to this negative bit? And this is where my inability, my mistake came on board. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here right now. My mistake was simple. We were on a track with Dex Grinch. We said this last week. And when Dex Grinch started to go down, I got onto I switched. I turned off Dex Grinch and went to Simply Forex. But unfortunately, Simply Forex was having a bad week as well at the same time. So I switched bad to bad. That's basically it. I switched one good thing for one good bad thing that I was having bad, and as it was having a bad system, got into another bad part of the system for Simply Forex. One thing I did not do was stay the course. If we have a good strategy, a good equity curve, do we know what the equity curve is over a long period of time? I do in a way. But because there's so many variables happening, I'm trying to keep an open mind about the process. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let's look at Dex Grinch right now. This is the equity curve for Dex Grinch. See this? And if we pull back and look, this is still, if we look at it, right? If this heads north, then this is what? This is a positive equity curve. But when we were back here, we weren't looking at a positive equity curve until it hits past down its lowest low and breaks that low. It's still considered a positive equity curve. Look at it just takes longer to get to that positiveness. Let's look at Simply Forex. Same thing. If we start, if we from the beginning, because we know we had some major mess ups in the very beginning, but right here is where we switched the algorithm. Okay, and look at Simply Forex has a positive equity curve. These things are very important because if I didn't switch between them, if I hadn't changed one bad timing, okay, that was happening, for one good or for another bad timing, we would have been okay. We would have rebounded. Especially if I would have kept it on Simply Forex. Now, as most of you know, we have a few other options now that are happening. We created a relationship with a third party that has a traders group. Now, why would I do this? Max, you already got DexGrinch, you got these great bots, you got all this stuff, you got some great stuff. Well, absolutely, you're right, I do. We do have some great stuff. But unfortunately, the great stuff that we have takes a team of people to monitor and work with. Okay? It takes a team. And Amy and myself aren't the team. We're not the entire team that we need. Yes, I'm very strong-willed and I can work a bunch of hours and all that stuff, but you don't want me getting sick. You don't want me going down. You want me to be able to monitor this. So we needed to make a team. So one thing we did not have was the team of traders that I wanted to have come on board, learn from our systems and trade. So we made a deal with this company to come on board, learn our systems, trade in our mentalities, keeping stop losses and take profits and, and using the naked chart possibility and Simply Forex and all those things. And we created this solution that they would come on and trade the DexFX copy stuff for us 24/7 or 24/5. So we created this relationship, and we call it Dex Pips. Okay? Now, unfortunately, it takes a tremendous amount of money to do all of this stuff. So those of you that are watching this solution, that you're locked into your prices and all that kind of good stuff, I'm going to give you some great options in there. But from this point on, people that are coming on board are going to be paying $147 a month for one line. Let me show you what that line looks like. It looks like this one right here. This line, the DexPick second shift, okay, is the primary that we're going to have. This is the growth potential for it. If we scroll down, now if you go to members, member.my, or let me see, I'll show you. Member, right there. Okay, I'm going to log out so you can see. If you go to member.dexfxcopywb.com, right here, this is where you're going to see the three. So there's the Max Prime, there's the Dex Pips, and Dex Pips second shift. Dex Pips second shift, even though that the Dex Pips have done good, right? This was our two teams working to see who was going to win. Guess who won, right? You can click on view and you can see the trade history. See, it's not too crazy. We're going to be using a different mentality with the lot selection, 1 or 2, right? And the reason why we're going to do this is that there's a type of trading that we're doing called twin trading, that once it gets to a certain amount, we take off one lot. So that's the ratio we're going to use, a two micro lot process right there, so we can pull one off. It's a scalping technique that I've been taught and showed, and I wanted to be able to give that opportunity for our people. If you come here and if you're a Max Prime person already, you're going to have, I'm going to be able to get you something really close to, you're going to be following this one here. But if you're not, if you're watching this, if you're not a Prime person yet, if you're not even a DexFX copy person yet, you would just come in and go and you click hit follow, and it's $147 a month for to trade the email alerts and trade copier. If you just want email alerts and you don't want to go straight to your thing, you just want to copy exactly what we do through emails, then you can sign up as $97 a month. Pretty straightforward. Now, don't think that, I'm not understanding of your situations. You've come on board, you have trusted me, and you've heard me say, I'll trade the accounts, I'm going to work all this stuff. I have to be running at this almost 24/7. And because I have been, it has cost me personally. And I don't want to lose what I already have because of promises that I've made. I'm not backing away. We're still going to be here. We're still building systems. We're still building bots. We have so many different options for you to choose from. If you don't want to stick around, if you're part of that first FX copy people, please, I can completely understand. But don't think for a second that I'm not here to keep moving forward. I'm still pushing. We also had some issues with our consult system not getting, for the first time in many moons, I've not been able to get some of my stuff up from over there. It's not transferring the information from when people are going on and signing on to it. So we might have to find something new. Okay? I don't want you to think that I'm ignoring you or not trying to answer the phones or anything like that, but until I can get this system on, I'm going to have only selected consults in the very beginning until I can get everything on board and I build this relationship with the company and we get everything rocking and rolling to get back. Yes, we are going to take a hit. For the first time, we're going to be in the negative on a month, and I don't like it. Unless for some reason today and tomorrow the Dex Pips thing just pops up 500 pips to kind of get us right. It could. It's done pretty damn good. So far, it was like a 1,200 pip week for both of those systems in there. So it's pretty powerful. So if you can stick it out, great. If you can't, I can completely understand. And I will try to compensate you wherever I can to give you whatever you want from us and work this process out. Okay? You can write to me. You can email max@dextrader.com. You can call the company. You can do whatever you want to do. You can go into chat. But things are happening. So I hope this finds you well. We have a lot of great stuff happening. Before I go, if you're copying the Max Prime stuff right now, you're going to be getting this account. This is the account you're going to be attached to. Okay? DexPips 2-second shift is going to be attached to that account. So if you don't go look at the numbers, if this is something you don't like to see, there's a lot of great stuff in here. Okay? But don't think for a second that Murphy's Law is not going to come over and lose a trade or two. All right? So that's what we're looking to do. This is 700 pips in the week, by the way. I hope to see you inside. I'm Max Farrell. This is Dex Trader. And as always,